I get questions like this all the time. Help! My toddler won't eat anything that I make. He's become an absolute terror at mealtime, especially dinner. And I don't want to cave on those demands, but I feel like it's my only option. What can I do? Behavior like this elevates the tension for everyone at the dinner table. And while it is so tempting to give in to those demands, that is a short-term fix, which ultimately will lead to a longer-term problem. But the good news is that there are some things you can do to de-escalate emotionally charged situations like this while still working to support the development of lifelong healthy habits for your kids. Hi, I'm Dr. Kaya Duffy, a nutrition expert, entrepreneur, speaker, and mom of 3. I help busy, health-conscious parents transform their family's relationship with food. Okay, so let's talk about what are these 4 things that you can do instead of giving in to those demands to make an entirely new dinner when your kids refuse to eat what you have made. The first thing I want you to remember is what is your job versus what is your child's job at mealtime, because those are 2 very different things. It is your job as the adult, as the grown-up, to decide what food is available and when it is served. And it's your child's job to decide what they want to eat from what is available and exactly how much of those foods. The more consistent you are with this practice, the more it will help in the long run. As often as you can, be neutral, both when your child tries something new for the first time, and when they refuse to eat. If you can, react the same way. Don't praise them, don't show frustration if you can help it, and don't beg or plead or bribe or coerce them into eating. Those behaviors will only backfire in the long run. And I have another video on that if you're interested. Remember, the long game here is what really matters. It's easy to feel like every meal is critically important. It's the most important. But what truly shapes your child's relationship with food is the years of experience you have to work them through it, not a single dinner. Okay, number 2, set boundaries and stay consistent. Be clear about your boundaries, and when your child is calm, it's okay to share those with them. If your child throws food off the table, calmly say, I can see that you're throwing food. That tells me that you're done eating. I'll take the rest of your food until you're ready. If a meltdown happens or you can see that they are becoming emotionally dysregulated, first, take a deep breath. The last thing you want to do is become emotionally dysregulated yourself. That will not help the situation. Once you are calm, also, remove them from the table. You could say something like, I can see that you're frustrated. And that's a sign that you no longer want to be at the table. And that's okay. You can get down and you can come back when you're ready. After they've calmed down, they can return to eating if they're still hungry. Okay, strategy number 3, offer a safe food, but keep it simple. So what do I mean, a safe food? Having a safe food, something that your child is familiar with, this is not catering or caving to your child's demands, but it is being considerate of the fact that they are still learning lots of new foods and learning to expand their palate, and this takes time. So you can offer one alternative other than the meal you've prepared. Ideally, this is something that they will eat, but that they don't love, and it should require little to no extra prep from you or your partner. My best friend, as an example, uses cottage cheese. It's a food that she loves and which her kids only tolerate. It's not their favorite option, but they will eat it if they're hungry. If you do offer a safe food or one alternative with the meal, it should be served in a smaller portion compared to that main meal that you've previously made. They should not be allowed to fill up entirely on that, but it should be an option so you can be assured they don't go hungry. Remember, you are not making a separate meal. You are simply providing a familiar, low-pressure choice that allows them to stay at the table with you and participate in mealtime. Okay, number 4. And this might be the hardest. You have to trust that they won't go hungry, especially if your toddler is healthy and growing and you are not food insecure and he has no medically diagnosed feeding issues or health concerns. It is okay if he eats a little less at one meal than he did yesterday or than he did this morning. In the long run, What matters is that he develops a self-regulated and positive relationship with food, and this is what you're working to support. The subtle, unspoken messages we send at mealtime, our reactions, our patience, our consistency, these matter just as much as those big, obvious messages we send. If you want your child to develop trust in their own appetite and their own food choices, and to be able to continue those when you are not around, you have to learn to trust them too. For even more information, you can head to drkayaduffy.com, where you will find numerous free resources and even more posts and videos to help you support lifelong positive relationships with food and mealtimes for both you and your family. Thanks for watching.